Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518. Welcome you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. Probably the most exciting game of the three that I played between Inside Pitch, Payoff Pitch, and of course Fall Classic. Although we've had lots of great games with Payoff Pitch, we've had a lot of great games with Inside Pitch so far. Well, this is the 1995 One and Gone Round 2, game number 14. We are at Riverfront Stadium, and I think we got a heck of a game here. The number 13 Baltimore Orioles taking on the number 4 Cincinnati Reds. This is going to be a good matchup, I think. We got two very good high-powered lineups, two very good, we got two good pitchers on the diamond today. This could be a lot of fun to play, I think. So the Orioles, of course, got here by defeating the Oakland Athletics 8-7 in the first round. A good game between Baltimore and Oakland. And for those of you who didn't catch that game, you should. It was a pretty good game there for the Orioles. Exciting matchup. But now they have to go on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup here at Riverfront. Starting pitcher for the 1995 Cincinnati Reds will be their ace. It'll be Pete Schourek. He was 18-7 with a 3.22 ERA. The Reds were very good in 1995. They were 85-59. This was a very good Reds ball club. We'll see if the Orioles can match up there in this tough matchup. So let's get things started. We are at the National League ballpark, so the pitchers do bat. Leading off for the Orioles will be left fielder Brady Anderson. We are all set to play a game. I'm actually one of the games I've been looking forward to. Let's see how this game goes. Schourek's first pitch is a 1-5. That's a strikeout chance, and that 7 is good. He strikes out Anderson. First strikeout for Schourek. Riverfront adds 1 to walks and subtracts 1 from strikeouts. Next up for the O's will be right fielder Kevin Bass. As Philip Reynolds says, go Reds. And I knew he wouldn't miss this game. Welcome to Riverfront Stadium. Schourek with the pitch. 4-2 strikeout chance. 5 is good. He gets Bass on a strikeout. Schourek had 160 strikeouts in 95. That's out number 2. And that will bring up first baseman Rafael Palmeiro. Hall of Famer, unfortunately, not because of the juice, he can't get in. One of the better hitters of the times when I was watching baseball in the 90s. Schourek will pitch. And that is a 1-1. That's a strikeout chance. And against the lefty, that's actually going to be too high. So Palmeiro gets the swing, 6-4, and he flies out to right. And Schourek starts it off with a 1-2-3 inning on the O's. Keith White joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. And he's supposed to get the 1970 season. Oh, the good season. They all are. They all are. His 2020 season, Chris Davis will be coming out with 2020 very shortly. I will do a one and gone for that season, probably as soon as it's released. I do want to do a one and gone to see how that season plays. That should be fun. Very, very fun. Starting pitcher for the 1995 Baltimore Orioles will be Kevin Brown. 10 wins, 9 losses, 3.60 ERA. He was pretty good, and he's the number 2 starter for the Orioles here in this tournament. Brown, of course, would win a championship with the 1997 Marlins. But this Reds team is very good and has a strong bullpen. Leading off for the Reds will be Thomas Howard. I have him in right field for the tournament. Kevin Brown will pitch 4-6. That's a blank. Howard gets the swing. That's a 4-3. It's a star 1, and he grounds out to first. 1 man down. That will bring up the shortstop, Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer, of course. One of the best shortstops. Maybe Barry Larkin was the Wizard of Oz of the 90s and the early 2000s. Larkin was just so fun to watch. Brown with the pitch, 4-3. That's a blank. Larkin gets the swing, 3-5. That's a star 6, and he grounds out to short. Out number 2 That will bring up left fielder Ron Gant. A lot of people are wondering about Ron Gant. How come they didn't see him in my 1994 season restart on Payoff pitch? That's because Gant was injured. He was back here in 95 and had a fine season, a 276 average, 29 home runs. Your pattern is to buy games and not play them, though. Tribe Fan joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Browns pitch 3-4 against a righty, strikeout +10, and he will get Gant. Struck him out. First strikeout for Brown. He had 117 of them in 95, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Reds. We've got no score after one. Top of the second inning coming up. Here is the shortstop, Cal Ripken. He batted .262, had 17 homers in 95. Pete Schourek, here's the pitch from him. That's a 4-5. That's a strikeout chance, too high. Ripken will swing 1-5, base hit to right field. That is a single for Ripken. Next batter up will be the second baseman, Brett Barbary. Infield goes to halfway. We'll see if there is a strat. Let's see here. There is a 6. There is no play. Schourek will pitch. And that is a 1-2 range play. Barbary gets to swing 4-1. That's a star. That's a question mark 7. And that is a 20. That ball is hit to left field. It is already higher. But we still have to follow the range play. So the ball is hit to left. And that is Ron Gant out there. A 1-3. He makes the play. And he does. He still makes the catch. That could still have been a single or a double on a failed range play on a hit column roll. So that is a fly out to left, and that is out number 1. That brings up the catcher, Chris Hoyles. Ripken on it first. Strat roll 14, nothing going on. Schourek with the pitch, 3-3. That's a blank. He is not tired. Hoyles will swing 5-1. It's a fly out to right. Two outs. That will bring up the third baseman, Jeff Manto. Strat rolls as a 13-0. Schourek will pitch 1-4. That's a strikeout chance. That 20 is too high. Manto does get the swing, though. It's a 2-1, and it's a single past shortstop for a base hit. Ripken's base running rating is a 3, becomes a 4 with 2 outs. Needs to be a 5 in order to get to third. It is not, so he will hold at second. Chance now here for the Orioles. Center fielder Curtis Goodwin comes up to bat. As Forever Remain 90 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. You would play more if you didn't have cats. They want to, oh yeah, got it. Yeah, if you have a cat and you want to play games, you got to be careful of feline delays. Yes, they always happen. You always get that feline delay. Fun fact, Hoyles on the 2 Grand Slams in 1 game list and did it against the Cleveland Baseball Club that will be formerly known as the Indians. Had a lot of fun with the Indians yesterday in that game. That Indians team was going to be fun to play as we go further in the tournament. Runners at first and second. Goodwin is the batter. A chance for the O's. Nothing on strat. Schourek will pitch. 6-5. That's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 2-6. That's a fly out to left. The ball is hit to Gant again. 1-3. Can he make the play a second time? Yes, he can. Ron Gant makes the catch. And that takes away at least a run off the board. No runs, 2 hits for the O's. No score as Ron Gant comes through big time for the Reds in that inning. Yes, you got to be careful of feline delays. They're all over, and I do love cats. I love cats more than dogs. I like dogs. I'd rather have a cat. I love cats. Bottom half of inning number 2. Leading off for the Reds will be center fielder Reggie Sanders. I put him in center for the tournament as I try to optimize the best positions for the players. Also, for those wanting me to change to CBC fan, that's not happening. Pitch from Brown, 1-1. That's a walk chance. The 16 is good. Reggie Sanders draws the walk. Add 1 to walks, but it still would have made it anyway. So Sanders gets a walk. He'll trot to first. Here's first baseman Hal Morris. Good hitter. Hal Morris. Good hitter for the Reds in there. This guy was a beast sometimes. Hal Morris was always tough. Infield halfway. Strat roll says an 18. Nothing happening. Brown will pitch. That's a 1-3. That's a possible error. Morris will swing 5-4. It's a fly ball to left field. That is Anderson out there. His error rating is a 2, and that is a 2. However, on a fly out to left field, the number on the die has to be an odd number. It is an even number, so he will make the catch. That is out number 1. So a good play there by Anderson. That will bring up the catcher, Benito Santiago. Boy, this guy could throw runners out back in the day. Infield is still halfway. Let's see what Strat Roll says. Says a 2. Oh, Sanders could steal. Yes, 15 plus 1. 15 plus 1 is 16. Hoyles has no arm rating. I think we steal with Sanders there. We got a 1-16 to steal. He's off to second base, and he's thrown out. Holy cow. Hoyles threw him out. A 1-16 for Sanders to steal second base, and Hoyles throws him out on an 18. Sanders is toast. Wow. What a throw by Hoyles. And that is now 2 outs, and now Santiago will bat with the bases empty. Brown will pitch. 4-3, that's a blank. Santiago, 2-2. That's a ground out to second, and that will end the inning. Wow, Chris Hoyles guns down Reggie Sanders. Nothing for the Reds in that inning, still no score. And I made the right decision. 80% chance to steal, you take it. And sometimes the catcher, sometimes you get the base, sometimes you get past the catcher, and sometimes the catcher gets you. Top of the third inning. Leading off for the Orioles will be Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown had a lifetime batting average of 127. I brought him down a little bit to the 111 card. So that is the average he will use here. Remember, we are at the National League ballpark. The pitcher does bat. Kevin Brown was able to hit the ball. He could hit. Schourek will pitch, and that is a 4-5. That is a strikeout chance, and yes, Brown will go down on that. And that is strikeout number 3 for Schourek, out number 1. Since the pitchers have a 37 as a strikeout rating, which pretty much means they'll usually mostly strike out. But they can get the hit. 1 down. Here's Anderson. That's the third strikeout for Schourek. 5-4 against the lefty. That's a blank. Anderson gets to swing. 4-2. Fly out to right. And that will be Kevin Bass. I love the guys. I love you guys. I really do. You guys are great in the chat. Schourek will pitch. 3-1. That's a range play. Bass. Let's see who he does. He's 6'5". He slaps it to right. That ball is again. This time it's Thomas Howard. Howard has a range of 1 to 4. And he won't make it. Is that a single or a double? That's a double. Kevin Bass hits it over Thomas Howard's head, and he will go to second. 2-out double for Kevin Bass, as Howard couldn't get to it. And now with a runner on second, that brings up Palmeiro. Strat Roll says a 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. Divided by 2, 1.5. No play. Kevin Bass on its second. Palmeiro at the plate. Here's the pitch. Schourek. That's a 3-6. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 1-3, and that is a blank. It's a rare play. We have another rare play here on our game. Rare play, men on base. Let's have a look. That is a 6-4, and that is a 3-2 pitch called the ball for a walk. Pitcher argues call and gets thrown out of the game. Ouch! Oh, man. Pete Schourek walks Palmeiro. The umpire, Schourek goes off on the umpire, and he is going to be tossed. Oh, the Reds just lost their ace for the rest of this game here, and we're only in the third. Brandon Baker joins us here at Riverfront Stadium, and he walks into being Schourek being ejected for saying something to the umpire. Could someone please tell me what Pete Schourek said to the umpire? Because he just got ejected for arguing balls and strikes. I got to get another pitcher for the Reds. Ugh. Next batter is Cal Ripken. Oh, let's see. Who do I want to do here? I wasn't expecting that. Ooh, Pete Schourek gets ejected. To make it fair, I'm going to bring in a starter. To make it fair, I'm going to bring in a starter that did relieve as well, and that's going to be John Smiley. John Smiley is going to come into the game. He did have one relief appearance. I will use him as now to take over. Normally, with only one relief appearance, I wouldn't bring him in. But because this was an ejection, I'll bring in a starter, more of a starter than reliever in this case. So John Smiley will come into pitch for the Reds for the time being. 2 outs and a runner on first and second. He told him that Cincinnati National Airport is in Ohio. Spoiler, it is in Kentucky. And he got tossed. Ouch. So 2 outs. Now Ripken, the batter. And I know Brandon Baker here is a Reds fan, but I know he likes the Orioles too. So I don't know who I know he said Reds baseball, but I wonder who he's really going to root for in this game. No score. Top of the third. 2 outs. We now get back to the game. Strat roll says a 10. Nothing happening. Smiley will now pitch. And that is a 4-4. That's a strikeout chance. That 9 is too high. Ripken swings 2-5. It's a ground out to third, and that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Orioles as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. Because I know that Brandon Baker loves the Reds, but I know he likes Ripken. Next batter coming up for Cincinnati will be second baseman Brett Boone. He will come up and pitch a bat against Kevin Brown. And timeout on the field. I'll be right back. Okay, time back in. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Let's see here. All right, so we got Brett Boone leading. We got Brett Boone here coming up here. We're in the We are in the bottom of the third inning. Had to check with my mom on something. Anthony at Bleacher Bums Gaming joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. He says he let Brandon down. Oh, you don't want to do that. Brown with the pitch. 3-2. That's an error on a throw. Boone will go ahead and take a swing. 6-1. That's going to be a base hit to left field. There will not be a throwing error because it only works on runner advancement. So Boone has a single. Boone will hold at first base. You want Reds to win by 8, but Ripken had a couple of homers. Boone on at first. That will bring up the third baseman, Jeff Branson. And Boone is on there. So let's see. Infield goes to halfway. Schourek rolls has a 7-0 going on. Brown will pitch. 4-6. It's a blank. Branson gets the swing. 5-3. And that's going to be a double to left. Boone has a base running rating of 2. Double to left -1 becomes a 1. And the left fielder is Anderson. So the only way Boone scores is on a 1. And that's a 5. He will hold at third. But Branson has a big double, and the Reds are in business. Pete Schourek was due to be the next batter up, but because he's been tossed from the game, and I think John Smiley has his own batting card, and I'm going to see if he does. Pretty sure he does here. Yes, he does. John Smiley will come up to bat. He batted 164 as a pitcher. So here's John Smiley now. Runners at second and third. The Orioles are going to call the infield in. And with nobody out, that makes Brett Boone's base running rating a 0, so he will not go on contact. But I do have to roll a strat anyway, and that is an 18. Why not? Let's do a squeeze play. Let's do the squeeze. We're gonna do a squeeze play. Why not? Yeah, I got the chart. I haven't really taken a good look at it yet. I'm still following the actual rules. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's do a squeeze play. Runners at second and third. Why not? Squeeze play. Brown will go ahead and pitch. 3-3. That's a wild pitch. That is still done. A wild pitch is accept. That's a 7. That's an 8. And Brown throws it to the backstop. That's a wild pitch. Boone will come in to score on a wild pitch. And that allows Branson to go to third, and Brown throws it away. It's 1-0 Reds. You still check for a wild pitch on a bunt. Oh, wow. Kevin Brown throws a wild pitch. Smiley jumps out the way, allows a run to score. Reds up 1-0. Branson now at third. Now I have to re-roll the strat because it's different because now the position has changed. And that is a 2. This time Smiley's going to hit away. I will take now the bunt has come off. Brown will pitch. And that is a 4-3. That's a blank. Smiley gets the swing, 3-2. That's a ground ball to short. The infield was still in, though. That's a ground ball to short. The 3 becomes a 1. Branson is not going to go. The throw will go to first for out number 1. So in a way, they actually got the squeeze off. It just took two positions to do it. So that is a grounder to short. And now there's 1 out. Next batter is Thomas Howard. Runner still at third base. Strat roll says a 20. Brown. I keep on forgetting. Is a pitcher allowed to try to pick off a runner at third base? Although I never really see it happen. I know a pitcher can try to throw a pick off a runner at second or first, but can he throw to third to try to pick off a runner? I don't know if that's actually in the rules. Is a pitcher allowed to try to pick a runner off at third? And I'm not talking inside pitch rules. I'm talking regular baseball rules. I rarely ever see a pitcher try to pick off a runner at third base. Does anybody know? Because a pickoff chance is up to get Branson, and I really don't even see pitchers throwing to third to get a pickoff. I rarely ever see that. He can. That's what I thought. He throws to third, and nope, Branson gets back. Still one out. Infield is still in. Brown will pitch now. That's a 1-3. That's a possible error. Howard will swing 3-1. That's a single. That is a single past third base. That's going to be a base hit. The ball is hit to Manto. His error rating is a 7. That's a 15. There's not going to be an error. But Branson will come in to score on a base hit by Howard. And the Reds now lead 2-0. Oh, what a tough inning right now for Kevin Brown. As 2 runs come in for the Reds. Now we'll bring up Barry Larkin. Infield now goes halfway. They're going to go talk to Brown. I've never seen it succeed either, and that's what I don't understand. But then again, most third basemen are usually not holding a runner on at third. They're usually playing back. Usually a third baseman does not hold a runner at third. Rarely I've ever seen a third baseman hold a runner on. Rarely. Because most third basemen usually play back behind the bag. You may see a catcher throw the ball to third after a pitch. That might be something. That may be the pickoff attempt they're talking about. I might do it that way. Instead of the pitcher trying to throw to third, a pitch is made to the plate, and then the catcher throws to third to try to get the pickoff. I might have to do it that way. That happens a lot of times. Brown's pitch, 1-6. That against the right, that's a strikeout plus 10. Larkin does not go down. He will swing. That's a 6-3 for Larkin, and that's going to be a base hit past short. Thomas Howard's base running rating is a 3. He will not make it to third. Needs to be a 5, so Howard will hold at second. And now runners at first and second. And the batter will be Ron Gant, as the fans here at Riverfront are enjoying this game so far. Still 1 out. Schourek rolls as a 10, nothing happening. Brown will pitch. 5-4 against the righty. That's a walk chance. The 8 is good. And the Reds really have a chance to blow the game wide open. He walks Gant. The bases are loaded for Reggie Sanders. You think the catcher pickoff attempts at any base should be a rare play on a chart? Eddie, I think it is a rare play on some of the charts. We got bases loaded. Kevin Brown in a big jam. Ever since Schourek got tossed, the Reds have suddenly now gotten crazy here. They're going to go talk to Brown. The infield is going to stay. They're going to go in. But Howard, of course, has to run on contact. Bases loaded. Schourek rolls as a 14-0. Brown will pitch. That's a 1-1. That's a walk chance. The 4. He walks Reggie Sanders, and a run comes in. The merry-go-round turns once and turns twice again. As Kevin Brown seems to be falling apart here in the third. And the Reds now lead it 3-0 as Brown walks in a run. And here is Hal Morris. Oriole bullpen is getting ready to come out if necessary. But right now, and here's Morris, who could really put this game in a bind for the O's. Infield is still in. Actually, they're going to go halfway and try to play for the out. Try to play for 2. Geez, I forgot the strat roll. Strat roll coming in. That's a 3, nothing happening. Although Barry Larkin does have a good chance to steal home, but he'll stay where he's at. Brown will pitch 3-3. That's a wild pitch. That's a 9. And is it a possible pass ball? That is Hoyles. His pass ball rating is a 3. And he makes the play. Ball 1. Ooh. And now Hoyles is going to go talk to Brown for a moment, say, you know what? Come on, man. Come on. Bases still loaded. They'll try again. Pitch from Brown. 1-4. That's a double question mark against the lefty. 1-10 is an automatic out. That is a 13 too high. Morris will swing. 6-4. Single past first base for a base hit. Larkin will come in to score. Ron Gantz's base running rating is a 2. Needs to be a 4 in order for him to score. He will not, so he will hold it third. So that is a station-to-station hit by Hal Morris, and the Reds now lead it 4-0. And here's Benito Santiago. And the Orioles right now are not feeling it, but the Reds certainly are, and still 1 out. Brown will pitch. Surratt rolls, says a 20. Brown throws to first, and he got Morris. Kevin Brown gets Hal Morris on a pickoff. That he got him. Morris is out of there, throws to first and gets him, and that's 2 outs. A 20 and a 2, we got him. Wow, Morris is out. And now it'll be Santiago with runners at second and third. That's a big pickoff there by Kevin Brown. And now Santiago will get the pitch with runners at second and third now. Brown with the pitch, 1-1. That's a walk chance. The 4 is good, and that actually was a good reason why you pick off the runner at first. Santiago walks. Brown has lost all control in this game so far. That's the 3rd walk issued by Brown in this inning. And here's Brett Boone as the Reds have sent all 9 batters up to the plate in this inning. Infield is now normal. That is a 20. Brown tries to pick off Santiago. He's safe. Santiago gets back. And now we'll pitch to Boone. 1-5. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 1-1. That is a ball hit. That is a ball hit to left field. That is a 20, and it's going to be a fly out to left. Oh, Boone just missed a grand salami. Fly out to left, and the inning is over. 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks. The Reds send 10 to the plate. 4-0 Cincy. Timeout for reset. Top of the 4th inning coming up. Reds up 4-0 on the Orioles. Leading off for Baltimore will be Cal Ripken. Ripken is 1 for 2. 1 for 1, I'm sorry. He singled his last time up. And he'll go up against John Smiley. Tenacious Sports joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Always good to have Earl join me for a game, because he is one of the best out there. Smiley's pitch, 5-2, wild pitch, ball 1. We'll do it again. Smiley, 3-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Ripken will go ahead and swing. 3-2. He grounds out to first. That is out number 1. Here is Brett Barbary. Smiley with the pitch. 2-1. That's a blank. Barbary gets the swing. 6-6. Star 1. Ground ball to third. And that will bring up Chris Hoyles. Hoyles 0 for 1. Smiley 5-5. Strikeout chance. 11 against the lefty is too high. Riverfront Stadium takes one away. Hoyles does get the swing. 2-2, but he grounds out to second. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Smiley. Good inning for the Reds. You score 4 runs. You don't get the Orioles to get any back. It's still 4-0. Kevin Brown coming back out. We'll see if he can have a better inning this time. Jeff Branson leads off for the Redlegs. He got a double his last time up. Brown's pitch, 5-4 against the lefty. That is an automatic out. And it will be a ground out to short. The batter will be John Smiley. He will bat as the Reds trying to use him for relief when Pete Schourek got thrown out of the game. Brown's pitch, 5-3. That's a strikeout chance, and that's good. Smiley goes down. And that is strikeout number 2 for Brown. That's the second out. And here's Thomas Howard. The only rule is it has to work. Sounds pretty good. Might have to take a look at that. Brown's pitch, 4-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Howard will swing, 6-4. Ground out to short. And that is a very good inning for Brown as he needed to come back with a strong inning after giving up 4 runs in the third. After 4, 4-0 in favor of the Redlegs. Top of the 5th coming up. Jeff Manto leads off against Smiley. This will probably be Smiley's last inning, although I may allow him to go a little further since he came in on an ejection, not because of relief. We'll see. Smiley will pitch 3-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Manto swings 3-5, fly out to center. That's the first out. Here is Curtis Goodwin. Smiley, 3-3, strikeout chance, 22 high. Goodwin will swing, 2-2. That's a double into center field. Goodwin gets himself a double. And the next batter is Kevin Brown. And he will bat. Kevin Brown, they're going to let him bat. Let's see if a bunt attempt comes up, which a 3 is, and the answer is no, but Goodwin's got a good chance to steal. 7 minus 1 from Smiley's a 6, divided by 2 is a 3. Goodwin's stolen base rating, 17, plus 1 is 18. Santiago has no arm. Goodwin's going to try to steal third. 1-18, he's safe. Goodwin will steal third base. And although that may be a little bit, dangerous, but that actually now allows the pitcher to roll again to see if he can get a bunt attempt. Now Goodwin on at third, and now we re-roll the strat. And that is a 14, and his bunt rating is a 4. Yes, now we'll do a squeeze play for Kevin Brown. Squeeze play. Smiley will pitch. That's a 6-5 against a right-hander. That is a blank. So now Brown lays it down. The infield was normal. So I'm going to say the infield was normal. So this squeeze should work. But you never know. That's a 2. Yep, that's going to be That's going to be fine. It's a successful squeeze attempt. The only play is the batter at first, so the ball was hit at the plate. It was a good bunt by Brown. Throw goes to first. Brown is out, but Goodwin does score. That is a fine squeeze play, and actually that strategy actually worked to perfection. You steal to go to the third base, and then you see if you can get the bunt availability, and it works. It's now 4-1. There is one out now as the Orioles are on the board. Now here's Brady Anderson. Anderson is 0 for 2. Pitch from Smiley, 1-2. That's a walk chance. The 18 is high. Anderson will swing 1-4, ground out to second. That's out number 2. You had to do to see if you can get the Orioles on the board. Here's Kevin Bass. Bass is 1 for 2. He doubled the last time up. Smiley, 4-3. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 4-4, and that is going to be a ground out to first, and that will end the inning. 1 run for Baltimore on a hit and a squeeze bunt that worked very well. It's 4-1 Reds halfway through the game. Leading off for Cincy will be Barry Larkin. Larkin 1 for 2. Pitch from Brown. That's a 6-5. That is a blank. Larkin gets the swing. 6-4. Star 3. Ground out to second. Out number 1. Next batter is Gant. Gant is 0 for 1. He struck out and walked. Pitch from Brown, 3-4 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10, and he will get Gant. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 3 for Brown. And here's Reggie Sanders. Brown looking in. Sanders is 0 for 0. He's walked twice. Pitch from Brown, 3-3, wild pitch, ball 1. Brown again, 2-4. That's a strikeout chance. That 3 is good. He'll get Sanders. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Brown. Seems to have recovered since the 3rd. 4th strikeout for Kevin Brown. Still 4-1 in favor of the Reds. Top of the 6th inning, we're going to see a new pitcher for the Reds as John Smiley has reached his limit since being tossed. They got left-right switch coming up for Baltimore, so I think they will go for a lefty here. Let's see who the Reds want to bring out. Let's see. Who do the Reds want to bring out to pitch? Well, actually, maybe in this case, no. I don't like the lefty. So we're going to stick with a righty. Now, this is where the issue with the Reds comes. Their bullpen is a little bit meh. Here's Hector Carrasco. He's going to come out to pitch now. Two wins, 7 losses, 5 saves, a 4.12 ERA. Hector Carrasco will pitch to Rafael Palmeiro here on the top of the 6th. 4-1 lead. We'll see now if the Red bullpen can hold it. 3-5. That's a double question mark. Rafael against the lefty. A 1-10 is a single. That is a 6. And Palmeiro slaps it right back to Carrasco, right up the middle, and the Orioles have the leadoff runner on. First hit for Palmeiro. That will bring up Ripken. Am I rolling a strat? Yes, I am. Strat roll says a 12. Nothing happening. Infield half. Carrasco will pitch. 4-6. That's a possible error. Ripken will swing 1-5, single into right field for a base hit. Howard has no error rating, so there won't be an error. Single to right, Palmeiro's base running rating is a 2. You add 2, becomes a 4. Right fielder Howard has no arm. A 1-4, Palmeiro goes to third, and he is thrown out at third base. Palmeiro on his way to third. Thomas Howard throws to third, and Palmeiro is tagged out. And Ripken holds it first. What a throw by Howard as he nails him on a 6. He is down. The 5 keeps Ripken at first base. Palmeiro is gunned down at third. Ripken does get credit for the hit, but he has to hold, and there is 1 out. Thomas Howard says, no, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Next batter will be Brett Barbary. Barbary is 0 for 2. Strat roll says a 20. There's no pickoff chance for Carrasco, so he has to pitch to Barbary. That's a 2-3. That's an error on a grounder. Barbary will swing 4-2. It's a fly out to right. There's no error there. That's out number 2. Here's Chris Hoyles. Hoyles is 0 for 2. Ripken on it first. Strat roll says the 20 again, but again, no pickoff for Carrasco. Here is the pitch. That's a 5-5. That's a strikeout chance. 5 is good. Carrasco does the job. Inning over. No runs, 2 hits for Baltimore. The play of that inning was Thomas Howard gunning down Palmeiro at third base. It is still 4-1 Reds as the Reds are playing some pretty good defense. Bottom of the 6th inning. This will probably be Kevin Brown's last inning. He's due to bat third in the 7th. Leading off for Cincy will be Hal Morris. Pitch from Brown, 3-3, wild pitch, ball 1. Brown will pitch again, 1-6 against the lefty. It's a blank. Morris gets to swing, 1-2, star 6, ground out to short. That's the first out. Here's Benito Santiago. He's 0 for 1. Brown with the pitch. 6-6, range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 3-2. That is a single plus to right field. So first we see if the right fielder can get it. That is Kevin Bass. His range is a 2. He makes the catch. Wow, what a play by Bass. That took a single away from Santiago and a possible double. So it's a fly out to right, out number 2. What a play by Bass to get on a 2. We got it. Here's Brett Boone. Boone is 1 for 2. Brown's pitch, 5-2. That's a walk chance. The 17 is good. The 12 is good. The 12 is good. Boone's got an 11, but he had 1 walk to 12, plus 1 from Riverfront Stadium. That is a 12, and Boone goes to first on a walk. As the ballpark helps him that time. And here's Branson. Branson 1 for 2 with a double. Seth Millen joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Boone on it first. Branson rolling for Strat. That is a 4. Boone is nothing happening. Brown will pitch. 5-1. That's a range play. Branson will swing 5-4 against a righty. That is a single past second base, but it's a range play, so Barbary gets a chance to make the play. The infield is normal with 2 outs, so a 1-3, he'll make it. He can't get it. That's going to be a base hit. Boone's base running rating is a 2. And in order to get to third base, he needs to be a 3. But with 2 outs, he does have that. So Boone will go to third. And Branson on at first with a single. Runners at the corners here with 2 outs. We're going to see a pinch hitter for Hector Carrasco as the Reds are going to go to the bench with runners at the corners. And coming on to pinch hit will be Ed Taubensee, 218 at bats. Eddie Taubensee will bat with runners at first and third and 2 outs as the Reds are going to try to see if they can get some more runs in here. 4-1 lead, but the Orioles are definitely capable of coming back. You saw what happened with them against Oakland. Strat roll says a 2. Let's see here. No play. No hit and run with 2 outs. Brown will pitch. 2-4. That's a strikeout chance. 19 is too high, though. Taubensee gets the swing. 6-2, and he grounds out to first. And that does end the inning. No runs. There was a hit and a walk at the end of 6. 4-1 Reds. I'll be honest with you. I love all the baseball games I do. I love Payoff Pitch. I like Fall Classic. Inside Pitch is the most exciting game to play. So much can happen on each die roll. Top of the 7th inning, we'll see Jeff Manto leading off for the Orioles. And we got right, left, and a pinch hitter coming up because Kevin Brown is going to be done. So we'll see a new pitcher for the Reds. We're now in the 7th inning. Now we can go to some closers and see who they're going to want to bring in here. Let's see. Let's see. Coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Xavier Hernandez. 7 wins, 2 losses, 3 saves, a 4.60 ERA. Hernandez will pitch to Jeff Manto here, starting the top of the 7th. 4-1 Reds. Pitch from Hernandez. 1-3, that's a blank. He's not tired. Manto will swing. 2-2, ground out to short. Out number 1. That will bring in Curtis Goodwin next. Goodwin got a double his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Hernandez with the pitch. 5-4, strikeout plus 10. That 14 is good. He struck out Goodwin. Pinch hitter coming up for the Orioles, and that's going to be Harold Baines. Baines was the designated hitter for the Orioles in the American League, but since we don't use the DH at the National League Park, Baines had to sit on the bench, but we knew, though, he would be first to bat if needed. Harold Baines will go up against Hernandez here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Hall of Famer, meh. Pitch from Hernandez. 1-3, that's a blank. He's not tired. Baines will swing. 2-2 against the righty. Double into center field. Harold Baines always seems to shut me up. A 2-out double for Baines. He will go to second to keep the inning alive. And that will bring up Brady Anderson. Every time I say Baines is not really a Hall of Famer, he seems to get a hit or do something. I don't know. Anderson is 0 for 3. He needs to get a good hit here for the Orioles to get back into this. Am I rolling a strat? Yes, I am still. And that is a 9. Nothing happening. Hernandez will pitch. That's a 1-1. Error on a grounder. Anderson swings 3-5, and against a right-hander, that is going to be a triple all the way deep in the center field. Brady Anderson makes a triple. The ball is hit to center field. Sanders' error rating is a 9. That is a 9, and that is going to be a home. That's going to be a triple and an error. Brady Anderson will score 2 runs for the Orioles. It's 4-3. You gotta be kidding me. That is a triple and an error on Reggie Sanders. So Baines comes in to score, and Brady comes in to score on the error automatically. Only on the error automatically, so he definitely comes in. And it is now 4-3. An epic, yep, Brandon Baker says an epic 4-base triple. It's now 4-3 as the Orioles are back in this game. Stadium gets a little nervous. The next batter is Kevin Bass. That is an E8. And that is the first error on the Reds. And Bass will bat against Xavier Hernandez. 2 outs. Hernandez with the pitch. 2-1, strikeout chance, 18 too high. Bass will swing, 3-1, grounds out to short, and the inning ends there. Wow, what a play. 2 runs on 2 hits and a huge error on the Reds allows Brady Anderson to score. It's 4-3 at the 7th inning stretch. What do we got coming up in our games? Tonight on Payoff Pitch, we have a pretty good matchup tonight. On Payoff Pitch, we have the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers in Payoff Pitch tonight. That is a big game in the National League West in 1985. And our next game for one and gone will be game number 15, and that is the Chicago White Sox taking on the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are the number 2 seed. They got the bye into the second round. The White Sox take on the Braves. We saw some great hitting from the Indians yesterday. I think we're going to see some great pitching from the Braves tomorrow. So that is the White Sox and the Braves tomorrow on Inside Pitch One and Gone. Bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see who leads off. Thomas Howard will go ahead and lead off for the Reds. He got switched right. I think the Orioles will probably go with a right-hander. They need a new pitcher. Let's see who they want to bring in to pitch. And they're going to go with Terry Clark. Terry Clark, 2 wins, 5 losses, a save, 3.59 ERA. Clark will come on to pitch. Thomas Howard leads off for the Reds. Clark will pitch, and that is a 1-1. That's a strikeout chance, 14 high. Howard will swing, 1-5, star 2, ground out to second. That's out number 1. Here's Barry Larkin. Clark's pitch, 4-2. That's a strikeout chance. The 9 is too high. Larkin gets the swing, 1-5. He pops out to short. That's 2 outs. And here's Ron Gant. Clark will pitch to Gant. That is a 2-4. That's a blank. Gant gets to swing, and that's a 6-1, and that's a ground out to short. 1-2-3 inning for Terry Clark. Does a good job there. 4-3 after 7. Orioles are definitely in this game. Top of the 8th coming up. They got left-right switch coming on. Think that's going to be it for Hernandez. They're going to take him out. Reds will go to the pen. Really doesn't matter who pitches to Palmeiro. We can hit it no matter who, can pick no matter who it goes to. The Reds are going to go with Tim Pugh. 6 wins, 5 losses, a 3.84 ERA. Tim Pugh. P-U-G-H. Pugh. Yep, got another great baseball name. Tim Pugh. Gotta love it. He can pitch to 11 batters, although I doubt he will pitch to that many. Tim Pugh will pitch to Rafael Palmeiro, top of the 8th inning. We got a ball game, people. Don't go away. Pugh with the pitch. 6-6, that's at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 3-1. That's a star 5. It's a fly out to left. Palmeiro gets under it. That's out number 1. Giving Palmeiro a home run chance at Riverfront is not a good thing. Here's Ripken. Ripken's having a good game today. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles. Pugh with the pitch, 6-3, wild pitch, ball 1. Do it again, 3-6 against a righty. That's a blank. Ripken gets to swing, 3-2. He grounds it to first. That's the second out. And now Brett Barbary. Pugh will pitch to Barbary. That's a 5-4 against the switch hitter left. That is an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground out to second. And Pugh comes in there and does the job. 1-2-3 inning for the Reds as they get the Orioles in order. Bottom of the 8th, still 4-3. Reggie Sanders will lead off for the Reds in the bottom of the 8th. Fans give him a little bit of a cheer, even though he did make a gigantic error out there, but they know he's very capable of making up for it. Terry Clark will pitch to Sanders. Clark is not tired yet. He will be, though, after Sanders. Clark with the pitch. 4-4. That's a strikeout chance. He got him. Sanders goes down on strike. Second time he struck out. He has walked twice, and now he's struck out twice. First out, the batter is Morris. And Clark's gonna, batter is Morris. We're gonna see a new pitcher for the Orioles. Clark is gonna leave. I think they'll bring in a lefty. Coming on to pitch for Baltimore will be Jesse Orosco. Jesse Orosco, 2 wins, 4 losses, 3 saves, 3.26 ERA. Has special K, so must watch for that. There is 1 out. Pitch from Orosco, 6-2. That's a strikeout plus 10, and that 20 got him. Morris is a 15, but to add 10, that's a 25. Minus 124, but he still struck out Morris. That's a big K. That's out number 2. And here's Benito Santiago. Orosco will pitch to him. That's a 1-1 range play. Santiago swings 5-6, star 5. It's a fly ball to center field. Goodwin is out there. His range is a 3. He's got it, makes the catch, and the inning ends there. Ever since the 3rd inning, the Reds have only scrounged up 1 hit since that 4-run inning. Will we see some ninth inning magic? We go to the top of the ninth inning, 4-3 Reds. Reds are going to go to the bullpen. They're going to take Pugh out, and they're going to bring out their closer. And that's going to be Jeff Brantley. 3 wins, 2 losses, 28 saves, 2.82 ERA. Brantley's going to come out to try to get the close. Chris Hoyles is the leadoff batter for the Orioles in the top of the ninth. I'm going to go to the bench and see if there's anything else I can do with Baltimore here. The answer is no. Hoyles is going to bat. Jeff Brantley will be facing the bottom of the Orioles lineup. So Chris Hoyles will lead off against Brantley here, top of the ninth inning. Reds leading 4-3. Brantley's pitch, 5-3 against a right-hander. That's an automatic out. It's a star 2 fly out to left. 1 down. Now a chance for Jeff Manto. Brantley looking on. The pitch to Manto. That's a 5-3. That's a 5-3 as well, and that's also going to be against a righty, an automatic out. And it's a star 1 fly out to left again. Oh, Brantley gets both automatic out results. And the last chance for the Orioles is Goodwin. The winner of this game will play in game number 22 in the 3rd round. They will face the winner of the Giants and the Yankees. And that game comes up a little later. Brantley will pitch to Goodwin. 2 outs. Fans here at Riverfront on their feet. Brantley will pitch. That's a 3-1. It's an automatic out. Goodwin, star 5. It's a ground ball to third. Picked up there by Branson. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. And this one belongs to the Reds. 4-3 over the Orioles. Good ball game. Got interesting near the end. Final line score coming up. For the Reds, 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. For the Orioles, 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is John Smiley. He does get the win. Kevin Brown, the loss. Brantley does get credit for the save. Carrasco and Hernandez actually get credit for holds. Well, actually, Carrasco does, not Hernandez, because he gave up a couple of runs. So Jeff Brantley comes up there as the Orioles. We'll have to wait till the next one and gone to move on. But the Cincinnati Reds club still looks pretty good. And even though John Smiley did come in to pitch because of an ejection to Pete Schourek, if he is the next pitcher for me to use, I will use him. He will then be used as a starter. Good game here for the Reds. Good game here, of course, on Inside Pitch. In my opinion, the most exciting of the games I play. You really never know what each roll will bring. And since each card is different, you really have to look at every card to see what's going to happen. Bleacher Bums Gaming, Anthony, Forever Remain 90, Bob's Tabletop Sports, Brandon Baker, Seth Mellon, Tenacious Sports, Tribe Fan 879, Keith White, Philip Reynolds, thank you all for joining me. We'll see you tonight for some payoff pitch. The Reds again, they take on the Dodgers in a good game. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. We'll see you guys later. Reds over the Orioles 4-3. Take care, guys.